Hello. Today I'm going to do a very old collage of the week, one that is from 1997. As you can see, I've signed there, and as you see there, I've signed JB because I actually changed my surname when I got married. So I used to be Jonathan Baker, so that's why you'll see old things signed as that, and my old versions of my website were called that, and that's something I'll go into in another video if I can find some um, old versions of that on Wayback Machine. But anyway, so yeah, this is an old one from 1997, and this is at a time when I was still using a lot more things from source material from newspapers. So this was very thin. So one thing I learned fairly early on with when if you use ones from source material from newsprint, when you go to scan it in, if you scan it in as is, as you will be able to see, maybe able to see from here, that you will be able to see the print from the other side. So what I do is I put when I put it down on the bed, I put something that's darker behind it, like for instance this book that you can buy from Amazon. So if I was to put that in the scanning bed like that, put that underneath behind it, then it stops the the background of what's on the other side shining through. So this is a piece called The Rich and the Poor. So this, the main piece of this was taken from a, pretty sure it's called The Rich and the Poor. Back then, then I wasn't putting the title on the back. I made so many pieces, sometimes I forget the exact titles. Um, so yeah, so this was from a heating advert, or actually a news, or maybe a news article about it. It may have been even an MP. I cannot remember. Um, so warming on something. So I found this picture of dead bodies from a war zone, and so I thought, in my own little twisted mind, I'd put that there in place. So he was almost like warming his hands uh, on uh, um, on the plight of the poor. Keeping it getting his sustenance from that. So So yeah, and this was made more stark by the fact that the poor and the unfortunate and the dead or dying are in black and white, and he's all where it's all cold, and he's all nice in the warmth. And as you can see, a technique that I've done here, I cut this one up quite nicely, but you can see a bit of rippling there. But what I've sometimes done is like I said, I've got a pencil around the edge to make to highlight the edge of where his fingers are. So yeah, so it's a very, very, very self-explanatory piece, and it's one of those ones that I think works incredibly well, and I still like to this day because I look back on some of my other pieces and I was like, what was I thinking back then? Or it's like, well, yeah, it looked the idea looked good in my head, but once I put it together, it didn't quite work, and that still happens now. Um, Sometimes you add more and more to pieces, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But this one is very good, something I'm very happy with. So um, that's really all there is to say about that. I mean, I don't really use newsprint anymore because I moved on to different source material, like the older magazines and stuff, and instead of buying newspapers these days. Um, I mean, I used to actually get a newspaper, free paper every day called the Metro because I moved to a different city to where I worked, and so I'd commute every day. So I would get a copy of those, and I would and I'd see what I could come up with every each day from those. But I don't see that paper anymore in our local news. Sometimes drive by our local train station. They don't seem to stock it anymore, which is a shame because sometimes it would be good to for the sake of nostalgia to go back to trying something from that, or just as a little test for myself. Just get something material that I don't ordinarily use anymore, and see what I can come up with that. Because also back then, this is 1997, so this was a long time ago. Sometimes the way things are shot, or the way things are, the way newspapers will put pictures in, will have changed by then. So I was in the style of pictures they will use. So that would be even add to the challenge as well. So let me know what you think, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. Any collage artists out there, send you can send artwork to the video magazine that I'm planning, that will be coming soon. So all the details for that will be in the show notes and description. And support me on Patreon. And I will see you again soon. Thank you.